back to the Road to Episode 7, my ongoing series where I chart the road to the release of Star Wars Episode 7 in December 2015. Very quick fire episode this week, or this time, it's not a weekly thing, but the Boba Fett movie. Apparently, this spin-off movie is planned for 2018, and apparently Lawrence Kasdan is going to be the writer, which I'm all for that. I trust the words of Lawrence Kasdan, the guy who wrote The Empire Strikes Back. And apparently, to counteract the prequels, the spin-off movie will start with a complete stranger killing Boba Fett and taking his armor, starting a man with no name bounty hunter kind of tale. So someone kills Boba Fett from the prequels and takes his armor and name, which would certainly mean that Kasdan is not a fan of the prequels and doesn't want a Boba Fett clone in the spin-off film, which I find interesting, and I almost kind of like that. Then it kind of negates what George Lucas did with changing the voiceover in the special editions or the DVD editions. Once he'd filmed the prequels with Tamora Morrison as Jango Fett, and he put his voice as the clone into episode 5 and 6. So that would kind of negate that, but I don't know. Yeah, I never liked that in the beginning, to be honest with you. I felt it just really takes you out of it when you hear Tamora Morrison's voice in the original Star Wars films. Apparently, Captain American director Joe Johnston is on top of the list to direct this film, which kind of makes sense since he began his career as a concept artist and effects technician on the very first Star Wars film. Now, apparently, there's this rumor that Obi-Wan's going to have children in one of these movies. Apparently, it's not true. Yeah, it doesn't sound true. Someone saying that he could have a niece or a nephew. It could be a Force ghost, or it could be, it's almost really tiring to read some of these just ridiculous rumors that are being thrown out there. And lastly, I just want to talk very quickly about the fact that the Walt Disney Company, who now own Lucasfilm and all this, they're joining forces. It says that this is a press release from StarWars.com. They've already joined forces, but the Walt Disney Company's Lucasfilm Limited and Marvel Entertainment are joining forces to bring new Star Wars adventures to readers across the galaxy, with Marvel granted exclusive rights to create and publish Star Wars comics and graphic novels beginning in 2015. The agreement marks a homecoming for Star Wars comic books. Marvel Comics published the first Star Wars comic book, Star Wars #1, in March 1977, which went on to sell more than 1 million copies. Marvel Comics published its Star Wars series for 9 years, and in 1991 Dark Horse Comics took over the license, publishing fan-favorite titles like Dark Empire and Star Wars Legacy. Last year, Dark Horse released The Star Wars #1, which was an adaptation of George Lucas's original rough draft screenplay for the film, garnering rave reviews and national media attention and ranking among the top-selling Star Wars comics of all time. And here's just some pictures of the Dark Horse books there. And oh no, that's the Marvel one. Sorry, you can see it's the Marvel comics. But a lot of people are kind of up in arms about this. I'm not too bothered because I never really read the comics and I don't have an attachment to Dark Horse. But it is a shame, and apparently they're not really, I don't think they would have made that decision themselves, Dark Horse. And as Dark Horse released an official statement saying, "All things come to pass, so too do all licensing deals." I'm sad to report that Disney, the new owner of Lucasfilm, has notified us here at Dark Horse of their intention to move the Star Wars publishing license to another of their recent acquisitions, Marvel Comics, beginning in 2015. This will end a partnership that has lasted more than 2 decades. And it goes on, and it is a shame, especially when they started doing this new comic, which I really wanted to talk about, but I just couldn't get it. It was actually kind of hard to get my hands on. But there you go. So Marvel's going to be taking over the Star Wars comic book future, which is interesting. But for me, I'm not really a huge comic reader anyway. Even like Batman, I'm a huge Batman fan, but I'm not really huge into the comics. But I don't know, I think it'd be cool. I don't think Marvel Comics is really a step down. I think there's probably kind of this feeling that Dark Horse is more of a kind of more of an independent kind of company than Marvel, or I don't know the ins and outs of it, but I know that Dark Horse is not really, I don't know, maybe it is, fuck it, but for me it just seems like Dark Horse is a smaller company than a Marvel or a DC, and so people feel like maybe it'll take away from some of the charm, or it'll become kind of commercialized too much, particularly with Marvel and Disney, and you know, it could just be a commercial fest. But I don't know. We'll just see where it goes. Like, well, I probably won't see where it goes because I'm not going to be really buying the comics. But you know, it is what it is. Nothing special for me, unfortunately. But you know, I had to cover it because it's kind of big for Star Wars fans, I guess. And a lot of fans are into the comic books, and it means something to them. Maybe you're one of those people, and you can let me know in the comments what you think about the change from Dark Horse to Marvel starting next year. But anyway, that's it for now. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.